Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we shall talk about regrets. Which drones do I regret selling? Well, ever selling and getting rid of, basically as a post-sale regret. And believe it or not, there are actually several drones like this. And the first drone that I really regretted selling, mainly because I put so much time and effort into the drone itself, into putting together the best package you can possibly have for a single drone. And that is, of course, my original Mavic Pro 1, so Mavic Pro. Another reason that I regret selling it is because I really like taking portrait videos. And with the original Mavic Pro, you can actually flip the camera 90 degrees and take a portrait, or what is also called a vertical video, in 4K. Now, given the sensor on the camera on the original Mavic Pro is not that great, you still get pretty good videos out of it. So when I sold it, I think it was like 2 months ago, when the war pretty much first began. No, it was like a little over a month ago. So when the war first began, people were searching for drones, and the guy I was consulting from one of the volunteer groups on which drone to buy, he asked me if he should buy a Mavic Pro, and I said, yeah, Mavic Pro is a great drone. You should go out and buy it. And he actually messaged me today, and he said they bought another Mavic Pro. But he texted me a link to a guy who was selling his Mavic Pro, and it was a standard Fly More combo, so a Mavic Pro and 3 batteries. And he wanted something like around, at that time with the exchange rate, it was like $900. So I told him, I'm like, you know, it's a great drone, but to pay $900 for a used Mavic Pro with only 3 batteries, and even if those batteries are in great condition, you're still overpaying quite a bit, because you can, I can get you a used Mavic Pro if you're willing to wait out of like United States for $600-700. That's with all the customs paid, with everything else. And then I told him, I'm like, well, I have a Mavic Pro, and I can show you my kit, and if you want to, I'll sell you my kit for just over $1,000. So that, I think there was like, yeah, that was just about $100 difference between what he was willing to pay for the Fly More combo and my package, which came with Alpine White Mavic Pro with a really cool case, which is by itself costs like $200, and 8 almost new batteries. I think one of the batteries was brand new. As soon as he saw my package, he's like, I'll take it. And he wired the money to me within like 5 or 10 minutes. So I had the Mavic Pro shipped out, and I'm like, should have really sold it, because I really love that vertical 4K footage without, you didn't have to do any cropping. It recorded in 9:16 format in 4K. So now with I actually had people ask me on the channel, I had people message me, it's like, are you going to do a review on the Mini 3? And I said yes, because the main reason I want to get the Mini 3 is because that vertical 9:16 format is back. Mini 3 also flips the sensor 90 degrees, and you can shoot in 9:16 format. They specifically designed it so all of those people who are shooting in for like TikTok or Instagram, they don't have to do any cropping. So even though I do regret selling my Mavic Pro, Mini 3 is out. I was going to say coming out, but no, it's out. I'm not going to get it right now. I'm not the, I don't fit into that bracket of the people who buy things when they first come out, Like if DJI would send me stuff to review, sure, why not? If Hotel would send me stuff to review, sure, why not? If anybody would send me stuff to review, sure, why not? But I am not an early adopter. I usually don't stand in line when the first iPad comes out, or the first iPhone, or the first Mavic Pro. I sit back, relax, I do my thing, I have my drones, and then when the time is right, when I feel like, it's a good deal on a drone, I'll either buy used. I prefer buying used, to be completely honest with you, or I will buy a new one. I'll go out and buy it, but not initially. So the second drone I regret selling actually happened last week. Well, actually happened yesterday, and I do regret selling it now that I think about it, is my second DJI Spark. So I had a guy call me up. He called me up 2 days ago, and I had my DJI Spark, the brand new one, the one that was unactivated, the one that I bought 3 extra batteries for, in a hard case, just a beautiful package, and with all the possible accessories. And the guy calls me up, and he's like, "Yeah, I see you have a brand new drone." And the price I listed it at was just ridiculous. I've been ridiculed by people on social media here in Ukraine for the last 2 weeks because I listed it at such a high price. And I said, I don't care. DJI Spark is a great drone. I got to fly one for 2 weeks. This one is brand spanking new. All the plastic is still on there. It's unactivated. You get the pleasure of being the first to activate it, to be the first to fly it. Still got a lot of crap flown my way from social media, from social justice warriors. But I said, I don't care. I said it, the price on it ridiculously high. I think I said it initially like $800, which you can get a DJI Spark for like $200. That's actually what I sold the other one for. But this one had a total of 4 batteries, so probably used one, you could buy this. The setup I had used, you could probably get for about $400 or $500. I had it set for $800 because it was brand new. So this guy calls me up. He's like, yeah, we should some small talk. Yesterday he comes over, and as soon as I see him pull up, he pulled up in a regular vehicle, nothing too fancy. He pulls up with either his wife or his girlfriend. Beautiful people, just like, I kid you not. Like if you would see them, you would think like cover models. Just beautiful people. And they pull up, and the first thought in my mind is like, shit. Do you know why? Because they were Ukrainian military. And as soon as they come up to me, I'm like, $100 less. They didn't even have to ask. I'm like, $100 less, I give you this drone if you still want it. And I told them all the truth. I told them, I'm like, it's brand new, it's unactivated. Because he asked me, he's like, can we turn it on? Can we make sure it flies? I said, I will be completely honest with you. As soon as we turn this drone on, it costs 30% to 40% less. As soon as we activate it. So it's not a new drone anymore. I showed them everything about the drone. I showed them all the accessories. I showed them how to use it. I told them how to activate it. Anything and everything. But I did tell them, I'm like, if you want to, because I know what they're going to use it for, but they wanted a new drone. And I told them, I'm like, I told myself that if I don't sell this drone in 30 days, I'm keeping it, and I'm activating it myself, and I'm keeping the freaking drone because that's how good it is. I love the DJI Spark. Out of all of my drones, the DJI Spark is probably the most fun because of how small it is. It does have the proximity sensors. It does have active track. It does have a whole bunch of other quick shot modes. So it's a very fun drone, and I very rarely fly for longer than 10, 15 minutes on any drone, on any given mission. So swapping out batteries for me is no trouble at all. So I told them all of this, and I said, listen, if you want a drone for a lesser price, I have a Mini 2. And I am selling my Mini 2. I said, I have a Mini 2 I can sell you right now. It's going to be even less. And they asked me, they're like, compare the two. I'm like, well, the advantages the Mini 2 has is longer flight time and longer range. That's it. And the girl, she's like, well, does Mini 2 have the proximity sensors? I'm like, no. They looked at each other like, we'll take this one. I'm like, it's your call. That's why people love me. That's why people love coming back to me. I don't lie to them. Whenever I sell a new drone, a used drone, never lie to them. And when they left with the drone, I'm like, shit, I should have sold them the Mini 2. I should have kept the Spark, because I really regret selling the Spark because it was brand new. Can you still buy a brand new Spark? Yes, in US, not in Ukraine. And in US, a brand new Spark in the Fly More combo, so basically 2 brand new batteries, I think it costs like $500. So I definitely not gonna order one anytime soon and pay the 30% customs fees that I usually pay. But in the future, like if I am faced with a decision of whether or not to buy a DJI Spark, preferably a brand new one, although I would settle for a used one at a great price, I still would buy a Spark, because the 2 weeks I did get to fly it, I enjoyed every freaking minute of it. It is a great drone. I mean, I really loved flying a 4 or maybe even a 5-year, I think it's a 4-year-old drone, a 4-year-old drone. There are some kinks to work out as you fly it, but compared to the Mini 1 is like a POS. I did not like Mini 1. I went through like 5 Mini 1s by now. A Mini 2 is a great drone. I still have mine. I still haven't sold it. I will sell it. I got a lot of crap for it today because I listed at the price higher than average, because I know I take care of my drones. I know all my batteries are in great shape. Will I regret selling the Mini 2? No. And as always, as I'm about to end the video, somebody has to call me, and of course it knocks the camera out. So yeah, I actually had somebody from work call me, be like, from the 1st of June, be prepared to go to work. I'm like, yeah, the plans have changed a little bit, so I don't know if I'll be able to, but I'll tell you in about a week. So yeah, those 2 drones, Mavic Pro, the original Mavic Pro, in Alpine White. I hated the gray color. I never had the platinum version, but white color was so beautiful. I loved having the white color. And the DJI Spark. I regret selling it, but you know, I just couldn't say no because those people were just so damn beautiful. But I did tell them, I gave them my phone number. Well, they had my phone number, but I told them, keep my phone number, save it in your phone. If you need a consultation regarding drones, call me, text me, anything, as long as it's within reasonable hour. Tell your other divisions that I'm sure you're working with and they need drones. If they need a consultation, have them call me, because I've been consulting the Ukrainian military for the last 2 months and I love every minute of it. But yeah, the 2 drones I regret selling. And I understand that technology advances, technology progresses, but sometimes you really want to have like that dinosaur, that one of the first in specific class. You want it laying on your shelf, and you want to be able to take it and go out flying. I still have a cell phone that I regret getting rid of. My original Motorola StarTech, I think, was the best freaking cell phone ever designed. And to this day, I'm thinking about, you know, like, should I go out and buy a brand new Motorola StarTech? Because they do still make them in China, and you can buy a brand new one, except it's like a couple $100 for a brand new phone that all you can do is basically just call on. But I'm still thinking it. That's still on my wish list. So for the next videos, I'm gonna record probably a couple more videos with the Air 2S, and yeah, then whatever else falls in my lap, because I still have the DJI FPV, I still have the Mavic 2 Zoom, I still have the Mavic 2 Enterprise, I still have the Mavic 2 Pro, and I still have the Mini 2. Oh, and I do have the original Mavic Air 1 on the way. That drone, I sort of like regret selling it and don't regret selling it. I will explain why. I think Mavic Air 1 is one of the best drones ever made because it was made right around the same time as the Spark was made. But with the exception of one drone, and I owned, I think, 4 Mavic Air 1 so far. So with the exception of one, the other ones I owned all had some sort of glitches that would just like pop up at the worst time. So I don't know if it was the firmware or it was the actual physical issue with like maybe the motherboard or one of the chips. I had small glitches with 75% of my Mavic Air 1s. So if this Mavic Air 1 that comes over is in great shape, I may fly around on it for a while and then sell it, or I may even keep it. Because again, it's one of those dinosaurs that you're like, man, they used to make freaking awesome drones back in the day. And it's just one of those drones. So I'm definitely going to have review of that one as soon as that comes in. Look forward to Mini 3. That will definitely be in the table. Not sure how soon. And my dream right now, you will see in the description, I have a campaign going. I'm selling all my drones, and I want to get myself a thermal drone because this will be decided within the next probably 30 days, but I'm looking as an option to go back to US to get my Part 107 and to start earning an income by doing inspections on drones, by doing small jobs on drones, and all of those things. So if you want to help me realize my dream, right now, I think that my goal is right around $10,000 because that's how much a thermal drone will cost me, at least the one I'm looking at. And as of right now, I am not very close to that goal. Let's just put it that way. I think I had somebody give me $5 and I'm very grateful, but that's the dream right now. But that will all be decided within the next 30 days because the campaign, once again, is like 30 days long. I'll see if I'll get any money coming my way, if I can sell my drones, and where I will stand in 30 days. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.